Do a little video today, talk about the N568. I got a 6.5 PRC and I've been trying to do some reloading for that. And I was looking at different powders. I was looking at the VihtaVuori stuff, and when you look at their website, I mean, it specifically says that this powder is made for 6.5 PRC, 300 PRC. And then when you look at all their load data, it's all right up there. This is one of the, supposedly fastest powders that you can get. So I decided I'd give it a try and see what happens. Okay, here you can see a screenshot of the load data right off their website for the 156 Burger Elite Hunters. And this is really why I got the powder for, because I really wanted to try these bullets out. You can see the powders here. They list basically all about the same, but it does list N568 is honestly, it looks like having almost the highest velocity for a max charge. It lists 2635 to 2812, and it lists the powder charge from 56.3 to 60.2 compressed. And I'll show why this is a total false load data here. Okay, here's some more off their website as well. It's for the 140 Hornady SST bullets, and as you can see, N568, it lists 50.6 to 57.9. It lists 2644 to 2913, and that's honestly, it looks like one of the higher powders. I mean, it's the velocity is higher than N565. It's higher than N170. Only the N570 it lists as being a little bit faster as far as velocity goes. Okay, so this is a graph I made. I was shooting the 140 Hornady boat tail hollow points, and they basically has the same load data, everything as the SST bullets, and I was just trying these out as well. I had more data on these, but as you can see, I got nowhere even near 2,700 feet per second with over the max load, well over the max load. I think the max load was like 57.9, and I went all the way up to 59 on those, and I didn't even get to 2,700 feet per second. It came well short of that. So, the load data that VihtaVuori has put out for this powder, the 568, it's totally false, and I'll go through a little bit more of that as well. It wasn't all bad. It did have some good results as far as accuracy, and the standard deviation and extreme spread numbers were very good with the powder. The only problem I really have is the load data. The load data is extremely false. There's no way that you can get the case fill that they say you can get, and you cannot get the velocity that they advertise either. Now, this is a very good group here. This is a group that I shot, and I had basically 4 shots almost in the same hole. But the only problem is it should have been running close to 2,900 feet per second based on the load data out of a 24-inch barrel, and I could only get about 2,600 feet per second, which is basically the same as 6.5 Creedmoor. This is the rifle I did all the shooting with right here, Bergara B14 with the 24-inch barrel, hybrid 46 suppressor on the end of it. Really enjoying this rifle so far. Got about 50 rounds through it, so hopefully I'll have another test on it soon to show you what kind of accuracy I'm getting with it. Okay, well, let's wrap this thing up. If anybody wanting to know, I was using new Hornady cases, and just to go over here, these Hornady SSTs off their website list the maximum charge 57.9, max velocity 2913. I went up to actually 59 grains, and I could not get anywhere near 2913. And this is probably the best load that I could find, and it was 58 grains, and I got 2674, which actually it's more like 2650 on that. And then here's the burgers. Actually went up to 58.6 grains on those, which it says max is 60.2, but there's no way, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But I was only getting 2631 out of that. And let's see, one more. Yeah, it's 58 grains, 2644. So I got nowhere near the velocity that they advertise, and I got nowhere near the case fill that they advertise. And let's talk about case fill. Okay, Okay, as you can see, there's the N568, 59.5 grains. There's a close-up of the powder. There's what it looks like. So let's go try to put it in the case. All right, I got my sized case here. Got the powder. And if you put it in there too fast, it's so fat it clogs it up. So there we go, 59.5. And I mean, it's almost completely full. Can you see it? Probably not. But it's literally almost completely full. I actually have to tap it down just a little bit, to even get it down, below where the shoulder starts right here. Yeah, you can't really see that at all, but it's completely full. There's no way you're getting 60 grains or 60.2 grains in there. And the most I could get was 59 without crunching. You got up to 59, and I started hearing, just when you seat the bullet, just crunch, 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 which, was fine for some powders, but, this is like a stick powder, and, if you're crunching it, you're changing the physical characteristics of it. So, I don't like changing the physical characteristics of anything, because when you change the physical characteristics, you inherently change the powder, change the burn rate, change something. So, I don't like, hearing a lot of crunching when I'm dealing with stick, extruded powders. Now, some ball powders, magnum powders, or whatever, that's a different story, but, I don't like to hear all the crunching with that. So, the case fill, there's no way you're getting a case fill that they say. There's no way you're getting a velocity, they say. Now, like I showed you, the accuracy was very good, and also the numbers as far as standard deviation and extreme spread, almost everything I shot was very good, but you get nowhere near the velocity that they advertise. So or case fill. So I mean, I'm not really sure what VihtaVuori, but this data right here, I mean, this is completely false. I mean, there's no way you're getting that. I had 59 grains, and I could not get 2,700 feet per second, and actually 59.5 grains, I couldn't get 2,700 feet per second, and they listed at 2812. So anyways, if this helps anybody out, I'm just getting into the 6.5 PRC. I wanted to try some VihtaVuori powder. Obviously, according to their website, I thought this was the way to go. I thought this was the powder that maybe they made specifically for the 6.5 PRC, but obviously it's not. And like on this one, I mean, like I showed you earlier, I literally went, a grain and a half over max charge, and I still could not get 2,700 feet per second, where they advertise it as 29, I think 2930 or something. So I don't know what's going on with it. But anyways, I decided to make this video, and I know it's probably boring to most people, but maybe it'll help somebody out, and maybe you won't make the same mistake I made. So sorry I couldn't get a lot of shooting footage and stuff. I just wasn't able to do it this time, but I'm just trying to put out the information for people that may help somebody. So anyways, y'all have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.